Good evening, Professor Turkin. My presentation will be on my lesson plan for class on George Washington's inauguration. So content, students will be paired off into groups at the beginning of class, and then they'll be assigned a city to research. These cities will be cities that George Washington visited during his trip to his inauguration in New York City. They'll be given the whole class period to research the relevance of that city, what it had to do with Washington's presidency. So for example, they'll have to research what the city, the significance of the city during the Revolutionary War, as well as the dates that he stayed in and the dates that he left. And at the end of the class, students will create a tweet as though George Washington had a Twitter account, and they'll create a fake tweet pretending to be George Washington visiting that city, and then they'll be presenting that tweet to the class. The modes of learning in the students will learn orally by communicating with one another and discussing their research with their partners. They'll learn kinesthetically by creating the tweet, pretending to be George Washington in that city, as well as physically putting that tweet on the map to show where George Washington was. By doing this, by creating this path, right, that students will see the path that George Washington took to get to the city. This will help them visually see where he went, how long he took in each place, and how long it took him to travel each area. The first modification is that students with ELLS will be given a packet that will assist them with finding the initial information that they need. So over here, this is a page from Alexandria, Virginia. This is the page that I created, sort of summarizing where he went. So you don't really need to read it, but generally it has a summary where he went, his thoughts about the area, as well as a picture of what he did at the area. So this is just visually, literally, through reading and through seeing. It'll assist them in learning. Second modification is that students who have trouble speaking, such as Maria, will not have to present to the entire class. Instead, they can choose to present to just me, and then they'll be judged as though they present to the class. So then they'll present to me privately, and then the partner or group will present to the entire class, and they can just help out with the rest of the lesson. The third modification is that students such as Han, who can speak and understand English passably, will not have to present, but still be expected to do his share of the research. So he can still, he'll be judged less harshly on his presentation. So that'll help him out. So some example questions for ELS students are like, what are you going to be researching? What city are you researching? Do you know what day he arrived in the city? And do you know what he did in that city? So these questions are tiered to sort of guide them through a Socratic method to help them come to the right conclusions. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.